I put on my mother's dress. I danced around the house. When I turned, there was a human skin mask on my face. Since I was a kid, I had a strange habit. I liked wearing my mother's clothes and stockings. Then I would hang myself from the beam. The choking gave me the highest rush. That day my mother burst into the room. She made me take the clothes off and yelled at me. She was a devout Christian. She said what I did was an offense to God. After that, she forbade me from seeing any girls. She went so far as to say I wasn't fit to have children. The more she suppressed me, the more twisted my desire became. It was right after World War II. Accounts of the cruelty in the camps were out in the open. Comics depicted those tortures. Some even invented Nazi officers to show the cruelty of fascism. I looked at those panels, and my eyes lit up. Back home, only chopping wood calmed me a little. My eldest brother, gone half a month, suddenly showed up at the door. He said he'd fallen in love, and that he'd leave town tonight. He said mother has always been abnormal, and he didn't want to be tied down. I was fixated on my mother, and I couldn't stand anyone slandering her. My brother kept pushing me to leave. I said coldly that mother was here. When he turned, I swung the club and hit him hard on the head. Blood flowed out from the back of his head. I just realized that I had caused a big trouble. I shoved a cart and ran outside. Then I looked back. My brother suddenly sat up from the ground and laughed at me. He said my swing had been right on target. Then the door shut. Only then did I understand that it had all been my imagination. The next morning, I went back to the woodshed. I dragged my brother's body into the brush, doused the pile, and set it on fire. I staged it like he had choked on smoke while clearing brush. Mother screamed and wailed, but watching her grief, I felt a surge of jealousy. Not long after, Mother went to collect a debt from a farmer. He refused to pay. She collapsed in anger and never got up again. At the funeral, I sobbed uncontrollably. I lay on her grave and didn't want to leave. Back home, I couldn't wait to sit in her rocking chair. Then I heard her voice, telling me to get off that chair. Days passed, and I got used to living alone. Finally, I could do what I wanted without restraint. One afternoon, I pulled another dress from my mother's wardrobe. Her voice came again, telling me to stop and to bring her back from the grave. That night, I drove to the cemetery. I took a shovel and dug, one swing after another. When I pried the coffin lid open, I froze. The body inside wasn't my mother. I had dug up the wrong grave. Still, I hoisted the corpse into the car and brought it home. I washed my hands, then looked at the body in the rocking chair and smiled. It felt like a sick kind of satisfaction. I gently took off its shoes and slit the stockings from its feet. The body had started to decay, but I didn't care. Piece by piece, I removed its skin. I only wanted to copy what I'd seen in the comics, to make a lamp like those characters. I didn't know then that my low intelligence had masked a far worse break with reality. My bloodthirst had already become impossible to hold back.